Hey guys, welcome back to World of Tanks with the Danish Bacon. As promised, and as somebody might have requested, I made a video of this new graphics card I got, the GeForce GTX 980 Titanium, 6GB. And if you didn't notice that, this was pretty much how it looked like when I bought it. And after a couple of hours of modding, it pretty much came to look at this. What I pretty much did was I removed the airflow shield, which pretty much, as go back here, the airflow, well, all this is gone. It lays in a plastic bag behind me, so yeah. Why I installed water blocks on the 980 Titanium is because I'm clogging it, more or less. But yeah, that's pretty much what this card is built for. This 980 Titanium version is not being put on sale on the market. This is a card that modders and tweakers, so on and so on, is getting. It's not getting sale to the public. So, and as you can see, the water cooling is running all over the place. But yeah. So after I got the system up and running, the first thing I did, and this was with standard, I haven't clogged it at all. It was the standard version of the 980 Titanium. The only thing I have done with it was installing those EK water blocks. I ran a 3D Mark Advanced, and I ran the most meanest, toughest, badass test that that program has, the Fire Strike, which pretty much pulls teeth out of your system if you're not careful. After that test, well, this is my, so much I can say that 4K gaming PC specs is, I believe it was a 5th generation i7 CPU with 32 gigs of memory and 2 980 Titanium cards running in SLI. When I ran this test, I was only running with 16 gigs of memory, and I'm, of course, I only have one 980 Titanium, but I don't need to because there's no games that's optimized for SLI support. But despite that I'm only running with one, this system still beats 94% of everybody else. A recommended gaming PC that can run Oculus Rift scored 9,271. I scored 14,463. The 4K gaming scored 17,805. And of course, one of the other reasons I ran this test was to try and see how that water cooling was helping out on the card, of course. And the highest temperature it actually reached was, well, as you can see, 49 degrees, and that's in Celsius, as you can see. Now, some people, sorry about that, some people have asked me why I bought the 900 Titanium instead of, let's see, the Titan X, for example. As some of you might know, the Titan X is the card on the market that has the highest amount of memory capacity, with it sitting on the top with 12 gigs. Now there are two reasons why I didn't choose the Titan X. And I can actually post it right here. Now this website is called gpuboss.com, and I compared the GeForce Titan X against the 980 titanium. As you can see, the Titan X has 12 gigs of memory, where the 980 has half of that, 6 gigs. However, overall score, the titanium wins. It beats the Titan. Now, the different tests they did on this was, well, of course, they ran some games on it. Of course, Batman Arkham City, Crisis, some Battlefields. They didn't get anything out of that. Then they ran a benchmark. GPU Boss runs a passmark test, where the 980 scored 10.0 and the Titan X scored 9.7. Even on the computer performance, on the GPU itself, mainly the GPU performance, the titanium scores higher than the Titan X. Noise and power, they're equal. So the winner is, by this website, of course, the 980 titanium. However, but I had to check another website, and pretty much what they did here was running a bunch of games with, first off, they ran it at 4K, then back in 440p, and so on and so on and so on. And they used a 4790K CPU that was overclocked to 4.6 GHz and 16 gigs of memory. The conclusion of this was that the Radeon Fury X lost pretty much in everything. It couldn't keep up with the Titan X or the 900 in titanium. The Titan X and the 980 titanium, the only difference those two cards have, and this is probably one of the biggest point why I chose the 980 titanium over the Titan X, is it only has a difference of 5 to 10 frames per second. That's it. And the 980 titanium cost $350 less. Or in here in Denmark, the 980 cost a third of what a Titan X cost. So why would I give that much more money for that? It doesn't make sense. Yes, the Titan X has 12 gigs of memory, and yes, the Titan X is the only graphics card on the market right now that's capable of running 5K gaming. But as it seems right now, and in the states or in the present time we're in, those 12 gigs on the Titan X, you can't fully utilize them. Only if you're running multiple display setups, like I would say 3 or more monitors, and then you can basically run 4K on everything. Personally, that's why I chose the 980 titanium over the Titan X, because 5 to 10 frames per second for, yeah, pay $350 extra to get 5 to 10 frames per second extra. Nope. Sorry, that's not gonna happen. Sad, but no. But however, this is pretty much a quick overview of how this card performs against the mighty Titan X, as everybody is looking up to. But since the 980 titanium came out, the Titan X has lost its fan base, to be honest. Now, all that being said, I have 3 World of Tanks replays for you. The first one is in the full HD resolution with everything on max, the highest anti-aliasing. That's the first replay. The second replay is 4K resolution and optimal settings by GeForce Experience. Now I'm sitting on a 27-inch full HD monitor from Asus. However, GeForce has been very clever when it comes to this, because if you go into here and you select World of Tanks. That's the right one. All right. You can see there is this where you can optimize your game. So if you go over here and you click Custom Configuration, now there is a Resolution tab and there is a monitor. How the game should be run in full screen or windowed. So if you click Resolution, now you can see there's a widescreen. There's all sorts of strange resolution. But if you go way up here, then there pops something up that's called Dynamic Super Resolutions, or in short terms, DSR. DSR is where you pretty much buff the game up to, well, that's a 4K resolution right there. That's 3840 times 2160. That's the second replay you can see. That's that resolution running. It shows the game in that resolution, but it shrinks it down so you can see it on a 27-inch monitor. It's actually quite clever, and that's running with the optimal settings. The last replay I'm going to show to you is, well, it's on full HD resolution, but I have customized, yeah, that was rip English, customized the graphics settings itself to get the maximum FPS. So you can see how the card compared to, well, as you see, as I say, max graphics with full HD, 4K gaming with optimal graphic settings, and then full HD with the maximum FPS settings. So anyway, I hope you'll enjoy this, and well, sit back and enjoy it. And here we are, first replay of the game of today. This is on full HD. Yep. Oh well, of course. But never mind. This is on maximum graphics. Now, there's some good news and there's some bad news. Which is the 980 Titanium in the top 2 of cards on the market. It's the best card you can get. Enough is still on DirectX. Optimize very. This is maximum graph pulling 68 frames, 79, 80, 80. Yes, it's not in this game. Up and down, like it can go frames to like that. See, up and up, and I'm just looking up, looking straight up into the sky, and I'm only pulling frames per second. Now it's gonna implement 11. We all know, and I'll be confident % of all running with Windows 10 and with DirectX 2 Wargame behind, and is the most accurate FPS out of my card running this game, which means not the game, it's else, no mods. There are mods that will kill your FPS, not by much, but stack then all of a sudden use 10, 15. I should be excused for my gameplay, because sometimes I have every morning, so I just had to see it. And only mine taken over, but what the hell was he shaky on the red? But it is sad, like a game that is long as World of Tanks, and now and when you see the biggest user on the on full HD, racing on max, and the high equalizing go above frames per second when you go. It's actually kind of sad, I gotta admit it. But implement 11, yeah, might change. When I have no clue. Got bad aim, not even. Too late. Memory on the graphic. 32 gigs motherboard. I'm running World of from SSD hub. And this is the FPS. I gotta say, this game, well, it isn't at all. And you don't need to be a rocket to die. Not, but I'm gonna die. There we go. The leopard falls and finished me off. And now while the on fire, and it's 92 frames per second. But I do know that gigs of memory I have right now, they're gonna when I'm rendering video, Sony Vegas. It takes memory and your GPU, and well, of course, the more you have, the faster you render a movie. This is gonna be, well, video that's gonna be rendered. Well, or this. Now, I know when Cricket Baby made the video of his news, talked about you need 6 of memory games now. Bull 16 memory to play well. That's horse shit. Sorry, but it is. 8 is minimum. 9. 16, that's not minimum. But of course, he's also running with 32 gigs, as the same as I. Anyway, so what was that? Our average 70-75 on full HD with everything on max and the highest anti-aliasing. Yeah, something like that. Or 73 it actually says. Yeah. All right. Next replay though, 4K resolution with the optimal settings, which some of it is on maximum. Some of them are on high, or that. But let's move on. So here we are. 4K resolution. It doesn't look like much. Or I'll record 3,800 something multiplied by 2,100 and something. I just have to warn my team that I'm testing this 4K resolution because this is the first time I am running 4K. I know it got the memory to it. To run 4K, the GPU needs a minimum of 4 gig. The thing is that the frames are now on the upthings and in resolution that it is with maximum Just got lit. The map, we got a 50B all alone. Well, he runs all up and then she starts calling the Red Lords. I'm actually glad vanilla. And there's the IS3, which is not an autoloader. The name says, but it's not. Now, this shot, that was more than just. I'm pretty worried about that fish sitting over there. Now, I need to do this. So, but as you can see, the FPS is just, well, yeah, all over the place. 50, 60, 70. It's not that much. Well, that shot went. Got no clue. Like, have no idea why that shot. Just vanishingly. M103 is a. Now there are some things in the game settings, the graphics set, that are, well, S killers. That would be shadows, lightning. Just give me a second. I can actually check that one out. Yeah, lightning, shadows, terrain, foliage, extra effects in sniper mode. Motion blur is just completely turned off. Decals, water, all those things. Those things are, well, FPS killers. Now, the settings you saw is not the this replay has been. That's the max settings, which you're gonna see in the last, which is sad. And don't get your hopes up to alert. Yeah, this is not to push into that 149, but looking at all the mediums there, none of them looks like they're prepared to follow me. Not even close. Tunnel vision on this T34. I watched that Mod 1 way too late. And that one right in front of him. Now it looks like it actually looked like him, but flash actually did. By the dirt pop, had no clue. But the post game actually showed me that I did damage to him. What the hell? Oh yeah, my bad. So I've been working on just sitting aim for the weak spot and bounce off. Keeping an eye out on that T30. What he's oh shit, here's the 50B. And throw one into him. And oh, looks like he's clipping. Now, would love to back up from that T34. He got the 140 in the middle. You got a T49 all the way there, shot right there. And now that's about to reload, so I need to move. And that was a horrible shot. I should have taken that. Well, you never know. The luck of RNG all of a sudden through and put glory on your game, somebody else. Oh, that is behind that house over there. There is a small, right there, yeah. Nope. That one, DSTI, DST1. DSTI. I'm thinking right there and just wait pushed by that 150B. I need to relocate, get to another position, and this is pretty much start to go sucky. I just got spotted by that 50, so one shot into him, 50B. That's why I make my mistake. I stop. And I missed. I just used my repair kit in the bulwark rack. Cause why the fuck not? And he comes to me. And I know out of time. I know I just T49 is just about to reload. And that wow. But at least I died with honor. I lost my head. Now the big issue with running it is that you need to adjust your mouse sensitivity. Mouse started moving slower when I bumped it up into that, and I my mouse sensitivity to well, yeah, excuses, I sucked. And the JPEGs are raped. He gets way off 1,000th the M46 pad. Extract, you back it away from things that could have saved that tank. They're forming around him, right? Dead. So 4K resolution with optimal settings. And it's pulling pretty much the same FPS as if I was running in full HD with everything on maximum. Okay. Alright. The last replay. Full HD resolution, but with the maximum FPS settings. Graphic settings, that is. And here we are. And you might have noticed that, well, the sharp eye might have noticed that I'm running mediums when I'm doing this. Because the mediums is the fast, the mobile, the high DPM machines. Pretty much that's running fast and looking around all over the place is just to see how the FPS is behaving themselves. Now, as you can see already, I'm on 93, 74 mode, and bang, 121. Almost trapped myself. Go to fucking bed. But yeah, the settings, go out on it. Made it. I can't take credit for it. Anfield, he made a video on what the settings should look like if you're running vanilla, or even if you're running with what you should run with. How those should be, well, set up to get them frames. I'm going for that weak and missed, bounced. I shot heat cause that's what they do, and yet failed to penetrate because heat work very well against armor, especially next to a turret. Just missed my on the mouse. White is not taking a shot at me. See, there are 3 artists and they're all platooned up. That one bounced, I have no clue. So turn 1. Hello, bet chat. So, small. I'm pretty much hauling against all these meters. The Russian mediums is great snap shooters, but on that range, 4 meters away, not that. Not as much that I could count on it to actually hit. Up to the T-49. Oh, turn is back. And the Centurion is dead. Now that chat, no clue where he is, but he. So now there's an E-75. Again. The big question is, how do we use this repair here? Not. And, well, he's right there. 337, above average roll. 325, again, average damage roll, and... So the conclusion of all tests with different graphics settings and different regions, well, 2 different ones. The conclusion is that, well, my conclusion is, Warlocks is, to my, one of those reasons is because, well, yeah, it's running with DirectX. DirectX 11 is getting into the, I got no clue, yeah. But the news about the DirectX, how that looked, and I haven't remembered they actually put release date on it. Mostly, and I don't think they did. Still a WordPress. I'm just gonna pause it here because it's done. But this is what I need to run to get the maximum frames per second. Now, I'm running full HD resolution, yeah. I'm running the lowest anti-aliasing mode there is. The graphic details is, well, the texture quality is maximum. Lighting quality is low as well as shadow. FPS killers right there. Extra effects, it looks cool, but it's distracting and it can also kill your FPS. Extra effects in sniper mode, FPS killer. Flora density, also an FPS killer. This is pretty much how the settings, graphic settings, needs to look like. To get, that's what I need to run them at. You can run these at the same. You can try these out, same way. to get the maximum frames per second, but that's sad. That's really sad how poorly optimized this game is. Only hope in the future that the DirectX 11 is gonna give us a huge buff, and then we can look forward to when DirectX 12 is getting implemented into the game. But I believe Wargaming needs to upgrade their computers with Microsoft Millennium first. Welcome to the 21st century. We are soon writing 2016. Wargaming, wake up! Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I don't know if you got any clever, or if this even helped you anything, or if you got satisfied about seeing the 980 titanium card in action. But World of Tanks is not the game to test that card in, I must say. If I want to test this card properly, I'm gonna launch Fallout 4 and see how that looks like. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and happy hunting.